Hello. I hope you're having an incredible day. And if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're looking for the 3-day workout split to get toned after 35. And you're also probably wondering, Andrea, 3 workouts a week, that must be a joke, right? I've been busting my butt in the gym 5-6 days a week, doing HIIT cardio, doing group classes, all the things, and I haven't been able to see results. And you're telling me that we can get better results with less workouts. So I get it. Okay. I get it. Cause this used to be me as well. I used to, work out 5-6 days a week, lifting weights, doing all the cardio. Sometimes I would go to the gym twice a week, and I was still not looking toned, lean, and having the visible definition and that athletic, toned, and sexy look that I was expecting. Based on the amount of effort that I was putting in. And that is the case with most of our clients as well. If you don't know, I run a one-on-one coaching program where we help women over 35 to get lean, toned, and defined, working out less, eating more, and actually staying hot year round without necessarily doing more and adding more to their plates. And a few examples that I can go through here. Just like Chelsea is a really good example of that. She's a mom of a 3-year-old. She's almost 40, and she started the program, and I think it's been 7 weeks, and look at her midsection, and she's been eating 2,200 calories and lifting just 3 days a week. And before starting with me, she was working out 5-6 days a week. She was already training in the gym consistently for about 5 years, but she wasn't really seeing the definition that she wanted. She couldn't see the results she was expecting. And in just 7 weeks, by eating 2,200 calories and just lifting 3 days a week, she's got way better results than 5 years doing everything on her own. I've got other great examples here, like Frances. She just turned 50, and she just celebrated 50, looking absolutely fabulous. Just again, lifting 3 days a week and eating, way more than she wanted, still enjoying a glass of wine here and there, not missing out celebration with her family. And she's a mom of 2 teenagers as well. And she just renewed to stay in the program for another year. So it just goes to show that you don't need to do more to get better results. I have to mention Kaylee because she's a new mom, and when she started working with me, she wasn't a mom, so she became a mom through my program. We went through her pregnancy together and then postpartum, and she's been absolutely crushing it. She's an ex-athlete, and one of the things that we worked on with her was focusing on working smarter, not just harder, in both nutrition and fitness, because what really matters is how effective your workouts are. That is the whole point of how I build my programs. Most of the women that I just showed you here, they're training 3-4 days a week. And if you're somebody who likes to be in the gym 5-6 days a week because you enjoy it, we can still break down the lifting days and make sure that we're spreading the volume accordingly, so you're not overtraining and under recovering, because that lean, tone, defined look that you're looking for comes from muscle, and muscle grows and develops when you're resting and recovering, not when you're at the gym. So at the gym, you already have very little time probably to dedicate towards your fitness and to your goals. So you need to be very efficient and effective with what we're doing. And that includes knowing the exercise selection that's going to be better for you, knowing if you are executing the plan accordingly as well, having somebody looking at your form, your speed, your tempo, range of motion, making sure that all of that is aligned, and also pairing that with proper nutrition. It's not just about eating healthy. It's not just about going low carb. Please don't go low carb if you're wanting to look toned. it's a matter of aligning the right nutrition approach with the right phase that you're in. So the biggest thing here with body recomposition is going through the phases that will sculpt a lean, tone, defined body. So first, we need to make sure that we have that muscle underneath and that we drop your body fat to actually reveal that lean and toned muscle that we built there, okay? So the whole motto is how to train smarter, not just harder. And the reason why I wanted to record this in a video format is because I want you to just stop looking for novelty and stop trying to figure it out on your own and trying to put together all the pieces of the puzzle on your own, okay? You don't need more variety in what to do. You don't need to add more things to your plate. You need to focus on the right things. And I'm gonna go through the workout, the breakdown, the exercises, so you can understand how to apply this. The whole point is that you're able to take this to the gym, screenshot the exercises, and remember how I was explaining them, and actually do them and feel the difference from all of the things that you have been doing up until this point, okay? So how to train smarter, not just harder, and actually see muscle definition in your 30s, 40s, and beyond, okay? So if you're already going to the gym and still don't look like it, the issue is not effort. The issue is not discipline. You're already disciplined. You already work hard. The problem is direction, structure, and the execution of the right plan, okay? Having the right plan, when the right plan finds the right discipline driven woman, there's marriage there. It works beautifully, okay? So more workouts, more exercises, more stuff won't fix that. It won't fix the lack of direction, the lack of structure, okay? And the lack of an intelligent, cohesive program that you follow for a period of time that you can actually progress in them, okay? So just harder workouts that you can sweat bullets, that's not the whole point, okay? You can burn 1,000 calories in your workout and still not look toned because that's not how you build muscle. That's not what we're focusing on here, okay? Better workouts, a better intelligent program will fix that, okay? Knowing how to execute the plan will fix that. Okay, so this training blueprint is not for you if you're a complete beginner and you haven't set foot in the gym for the past 10 years. Okay, so this is for somebody, you're over 35, you already lift weights, you want visible muscle definition, you care more about results, you care about having the results for the work that you're putting in, and you want to feel strong, athletic, capable. You want to look hot in your clothes as well. You want people to look at you and be like, wow, she works out. Oh, and she's a mom. I cannot believe that. I can't believe that she's a mom and she looks like that. Oh my God. That's what you want to hear. Even though you don't say that out loud, that's exactly how you picture yourself whenever you dream about your dream physique. And how do I know that? Because I've helped other 500 women just like you, and those are the things that are here the most, okay? Even though we don't want to say that out loud, and we want to say things like, oh, I just want to get healthy, I look fine, I don't care. You do care, girl. You do care. You would love to look absolutely smoking hot and have your husband drooling over you. You would love to, for the amount of the work that you've been putting in, you would love to be able to walk into your closet and wear anything that you want and feel absolutely sexy, confident, and hot. If you're ready for a custom plan and if you want help with putting together all the pieces so you don't have to do all the thinking on your own and you don't have to, second guess everything that you do, and you're ready for a custom plan designed for you, there's a link on here for you to click and book a strategy call with me, or you can just DM me on Instagram, the word lean, and then we have a conversation there. And if you're a good fit, I would love to hop on a call with you and have a conversation to see if I can help. Okay. So let's go. How this program is designed. This program prioritizes compound lifts that gives you the best bang for your buck. Okay, so we're not wasting time on movements that will take us forever in the gym and it's not going to give us results. So compound lifts, meaning that we're using multiple muscle groups at the same time to do that movement. We're focusing on glutes, hamstring development, because not only it creates a beautiful shape, but also it improves your posture. If you do deal with some back pain, it also helps. So we're always working on our, if you work sitting by your desk, you will benefit from strengthening your glutes and hamstrings as well. Hypertrophy focus, rep ranges, enough volume to progress, but enough volume that it can progress, but also that allows you to recover properly. Okay. There's a clear progression over 12 weeks, and I'm going to show you how you're going to do that. And each workout, you'll notice it's short, to the point, and it's meant to be effective. Okay. So there's 5 to 6 exercises max. We don't need to do 10 different exercises, 4 sets of each thing, and do a glute burner and an ab this and a mobility that. None of that matters. Okay. What really matters are the exercises that I'm putting on here, and progressive overloading over time. Okay. We're chasing adaptation, and for muscles to adapt, we need to train with enough intensity on the right movements, with the right range of motion, to actually engage those muscles, challenge those muscles, and then they respond and they adapt by growing stronger than they used to be. Okay. And they can only do that. They can only repair and grow stronger than they were before if we have enough nutrients coming in, the building blocks, if we have enough protein, carbs, fats, our hormones are in a good place, we're sleeping well, we're recovering well, managing our stress, all of those beautiful things that I'm sure you're already take care of. Okay. Now this is a 3-day split, and this is perfect if you travel a lot, if your weeks are hectic, and sometimes you don't always have the same exact days to train. And this is something that I like to do myself as well, because there are days of the week that I choose to not train. So this is good for you if this week you're doing Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Next week you have to do back-to-back workouts because you have to travel for work. And then the following week you have something else coming up and you have to do to train on different days. So this is perfect for you. We're doing an upper, lower, and full body split. Okay. On day 1, we're focusing on lower body, glutes and hamstrings. We're doing barbell hip thrust, Romanian deadlift, reverse lunges, or Bulgarian split squats. If you can do it on a Smith machine, even better. There's more stability there. You can get closer to failure in a much safer way. Number 4, a seated or lying leg curl to isolate the hamstrings a little bit. And 5, isolating the glutes with glute kickback or abduction machine. Okay, either or is fine. About 3 sets, 2 to 3 sets per exercise, and 6 to 10 reps here for hip thrust, for Romanian deadlift, and 8 to 12 for reverse lunges. Those numbers are ranges, and the reason why I added ranges is because I want you to work on your intensity, meaning that bringing each set close enough to failure to have enough stimulus to build that muscle. And that's the mistake that I see a lot of women doing. They do a lot, but they are not putting in the intensity that they need. And this is something that I went through as well. Whenever my coach would review my videos, they'd be like, oh my gosh, you still had 3 or 4 reps in you. You finished that set way too soon. And I do that all the time with my clients, because my clients, they send me videos as well. So I review their form, not just their form and execution of the movement, but how close they're taking the sets to failure, right? So your last few reps should be really slow and grindy, should be really, really hard to complete. So you're going to find a load that will allow you to get to that point of failure on the lower end of the rep range. So let's say the hip thrust, you find a load that is incredibly difficult for you to do 6 reps with good form, good range of motion, good tempo. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use that same load on the next session as well, but you're going to try to do one more rep out of it. So you're going to increase reps over time until you hit the ceiling. So the max amount of reps that I have here for you. And then when that happens, it's time to bump up the load again, increase the weight, go heavier, and go back to just failing at the lower end of the rep range. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So you don't have to be adding weight every single week. Once you find that challenging load that takes you close, super close to the failure point at the lower end of the rep range, you work with that load over the next few weeks and try to do more repetitions with that same load. Okay. So this is day 1. Day 2, for upper body, we're gonna do dumbbell or barbell bench press on an incline. That helps just building that nice round defined shoulders. Leg pull down or assisted pull-ups for beautiful defined back, which also helps with creating that hourglass shape that we love. Number 3, a seated dumbbell shoulder press. Number 4, chest supported row or cable rows or more on your mid back. And number 5, lateral raises. So lateral raises, 12 to 15 reps. Those ones you're probably not going to be able to lift a ton of weight, but the key here is to take it way past failure and do your final reps. This is what we call like lengthening partials, meaning that you finish your set with the maximum, with your full range of motion, but then you keep on squeezing and trying to get more reps in. Even if you can only do half repetition, then a quarter repetition, then just move your arm a little bit. So you're going to keep on trying and trying and trying until you can no longer do it. Okay. Make sure you have a tall and nice posture, that you have a little bit of a lean, your torso is a little bit leaning forward, and just think about raising with your elbows and pinkies, okay? Instead of just moving the way up like this, right? With your elbows up. I don't know if that makes it clear, but you can drop your questions in the chat, in the WhatsApp, not the WhatsApp, in the Instagram DMs, and I'm happy to answer. And then day 3 here is the full body. So we're working the full body, and a big misconception that I see, especially with ladies who are used to training like bodybuilders. So they have a chest day, they have an arm day, they have leg day, they have like shoulders day, and doing like that quote unquote, the bro split. They think that a full body workout, it means that they're doing movements that include that, like those circle style movements, and that you're sweating and jumping around. That it doesn't mean that's that. Okay. So the full body movement, it just means that we're doing the most effective exercises for both your upper body and your lower body. That's it. Okay. So we're going to do a leg press on that day. We're going to do a trap bar deadlift or a hex squat, or hex squat hinge. Okay. And then we're going to do single leg RDL or step ups, and incline dumbbell press or push ups. And then 5th, cable row or reeled out fly. So it just depends on what you're wanting to emphasize more, and you can kind of rotate it. So if you notice, a cable row and a reared out fly, they're not going to work necessarily the same muscles the same way, but this is a way that you can add a little bit of variety, or add more volume to the muscle groups that you want to develop more, right? So for example, even here, single leg RDL or step ups, they're not going to work exactly the same, because they step ups, yes, it's going to work the glutes, but also will emphasize a lot of your quads as well, right? Your single leg RDL is isolating a little bit more of your hamstring. So if that's your focus, you can focus on having that single leg RDL for the whole 12 weeks, and then do another round of 12 weeks with the step ups, for example. So you can swap them interchangeably. Okay. So that's it. That's the 3-day workout split. There's obviously whenever we onboard a new client, we'll take into consideration your health history, injury history, what you're currently doing right now. We'll start your program. I'm going to have you film yourself, send me the videos, and we're going to see, okay, do we need to adjust anything in the program, or are we good to go? What do we need to improve in terms of form, technique, to then add in the pieces of intensity and progressive overload. So this is very, very individualized. And obviously, if you have anything that we have to work around, we can also do that. Most of my clients, they do train at the gym, so a commercial gym. And if you're serious about looking toned, lean, defined, and having the best possible results, that's what I recommend. I'm not gonna lie. In the gym, you have a lot more options that you can make the most use of your time. It's going to be more effective, more efficient, because you have better equipment there. If you have a really good, solid home gym, that also works, right? I do have clients who have a really good setup at home. They have, a squat bar, they have pull-up bar, they have Smith machines, they have a cable, a cable pulley, they have, all sorts of dumbbells. They can go heavy at home, then perfect, right? But if you're like, oh, Andrea, I just have a yoga mat and a 20-pound dumbbell, it's not gonna work. For the purpose of the goal that we're working towards here, it's not gonna work because we're gonna be lacking. There'll come a point where, okay, where do we go from here, right? We need to be getting stronger and adapting over time. So how to execute this properly, just like I mentioned, you're going to train in rep ranges that you can increase reps over time. Once you found the load that you get to failure in the lower end of the range, you're going to control your tempo. So don't rush through this. Slow and controlled reps. I do recommend that you film yourself, even if you're not sending to anybody, just so you can see how you move. It's very different and enlightening to see ourselves on a video. Sometimes we think that we move a certain way, but we're actually moving very differently. And that's a way to control your speed and your tempo as well. Range of motion means a lot, so make sure that you're going through a full range of motion on most exercises. Film yourself, like I said, and progress for like 8 to 12 weeks. Don't be jumping around different programs every 3 weeks just because you think that you need variety, because you don't, right? You need repetition. You need to get better at what you do. Okay. And what this program and this training split will do, it will improve your strength for sure. If you follow this exactly like I told you, improve your strength, build visible muscle, make training feel more purposeful because you have now structure and you know what you're doing, and it will feel hard, but a different hard than before. And you're going to learn how to progress and what you're looking for, right? So, but at the same time, this will not be optimized for your weak points, adjust for your anatomy and things like that, correct movement and compensations. So those types of things we look at it individually in our coaching program, okay? But at least it gives you a structure that you can do, that you can follow, it can progress from. And like I said, if you're ready for a custom plan designed for you, you don't want to do all the thinking, you don't want to second guess, you want speed, you want results, you want certainty, and you want to just eliminate the thinking around all of this. You follow a bunch of fitness people, you have a bunch of different opinions out there, you have a bunch of different things that you know throughout time, but you're still not feeling super confident in what you do, then my program might be for you. So you can DM me on Instagram, Lean, or just click on the link here to book a call with me and see how we can help. And that's it. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if this was helpful, and have a wonderful day.